Kamusta? Kamusta to all our viewers? And uh, welcome again to another episode for Nurse Talk. All right, your nurse Mike here, Mike Austria here. And today we have a very special guest. These are friends of ours that are nurses and are business owners. And you see them a lot actually in our group, especially in our group in Lifora. And also they've been a very successful siblings that founded Lifora and iPass. And then you're gonna hear from them. Actually, we have Miss Jean Olivar and also her sister, Miss Rachel Olivar. Welcome, welcome. I know this is kind of new for us. Yung setup natin, medyo naiiba because Miss Rachel here is all the way from Davao and in the Philippines. That's the southern part of our nation, sa Pilipinas. And we have Miss Jean Olivar here all the way from
Texas.
All right. Okay. By the way, thank you again, Thank you, Miss Jean and Rachel, for allowing us to be a part of your Sunday event. I know today is a Super Bowl, but you given us some time to be interviewed so we can enlighten some of our nurses, especially those nurses we have that are dreaming of working abroad. And I know you have been so helpful to a lot of them, in transitioning, not only in the United States, but all over the globe. So I believe you ladies are making a global impact to our kababayans, So let's get started. You've been successful in what you ladies are doing. So sabi ko nga, let's hear it from Miss Rachel and Miss Jean, And Miss Jean, you might want to get started. Sabi ni Rachel, uunahin ka daw ng interview today. So let's see. You might want to introduce yourself first and where you at right now and what do you do now. Let's get started. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mike. It's been a pleasure to be a guest here in your Nurse Talk. I'm Jean Olivar. A correction to what Mike said a while ago, I didn't found Lifora. So it's another nurse. It's another nurse who found Lifora. I'm just added as an admin around 4 years ago. So right now I'm here in San Antonio, Texas. I've been working here in the USA for the past 16 years. I came here on February of 2006. We were deployed in Michigan, and I worked in a medical surgical floor, nephrology floor there, and then for 5 years. And then I transferred to a transplant unit. And then after that, we came here in Texas. We transferred here in San Antonio, Texas. When I came here, I was assigned in the surgical ICU in Methodist Hospital. And then I transferred in University Hospital. So right now, I'm in University Hospital. I only work for 8 months in the medical ICU. And then I hurt myself. I hurt my back. So I couldn't work in the bedside anymore. So right now, I am in an office. It's just a desk job working like a physician liaison. We call ourselves as physician liaison. I've been working there for 6 years now. So, and as of the moment, I am working from home for the past 2 days. So that's my background.
Oh, amazing. Thank you. I know there's a lot of our nurses that can relate in all our story here. We have all our amazing stories. And I know a lot of them will really learn from us, and thank you for sharing your background and your journey. And but we're gonna go back into that. By the way, thank you for the update regarding our Lifora. But thank you so much for that one. But let's ask the younger sister here, Miss Rachel, all the way
Good
from
morning.
Davao. Welcome. Thank you.
Good morning, and it's a happy Valentine's Day. Today is already February 14 here in the Philippines. It's a Monday morning, and happy Valentine's to all. I'm Rachelle. I am one of the younger siblings of Miss Jean. I am the youngest actually. I'm currently in Davao, and I am a nurse as well. The same with a lot of our audience who are nurses. I graduated nursing 2010 in San Pedro College here in Davao. And I
Oh,
was able to have my experience as a surgical. I worked in the surgical unit here in Southern Philippines. I'm one of the big hospitals here in Davao City as well. And after some time of working in the hospital, I was able to go abroad and I worked in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and I
oh
worked
wow.
as an ICU nurse. So just the same with Miss Jean that I hurt my back because because we are petite and our patients are somehow big. So I had L4 and L5 herniation, and sometimes when stress is too much, so it hurts. But this is work. We have to keep going. And then after the ICU experience that I had, I worked as an ER nurse as well in the same hospital. And then Miss Jean advised me that what if you're going to seek for the NCLEX, you're going to apply for the NCLEX because life here in the USA is better compared with there with where you are with at what you are as to where you are. And then I accepted her advice that I have to seek for the NCLEX. So I took the NCLEX way back 2015. That was my first try, and I didn't pass my NCLEX on my first try. And I can say, and we can say that that was really the motivating reason why iPass was founded because of the failure story that I had. So out from the experience that I had, we 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 are very motivated to do and doing what we do right now because of the experiences that we had. That it's really difficult to see to apply and to see for the NCLEX, and through the job that we are doing to our nurses, we provide a hassle-free exam application to our nurses. So it's not anymore like the impact that we are providing to our nursing community became huge because of the number of applicants that we are assisting. And we feel very, very grateful for that opportunity. And we feel so blessed because we have never imagined that it will be like this as what we are right now. So that's somehow a little bit of my background, Mike. Over to you.
Congratulations, Rachel and Miss Jean. Every adversity is merong kapalit. Uh, you're destined to do something big, something greater than yourself. And I believe what you're doing now is really, really helpful. It's something that's really important right now, especially with the pandemic. Uh, it's still a crisis now, yung shortage natin. And one of the reason why I decided to get involved also in our green door placement kasi kailangang matulungan yung hospitals, yung healthcare natin. And not only we're taking away, we're taking away nurses from the Philippines, we have a lot of programs that we would like to give back to our country as well. And at the end of the day, a lot of people needs us, especially iPass and IELTS, and thank you so much for what you do. But, with the changes that's happening now, with the pandemic, and I know I've seen you really evolve and really adapted so well with the pandemic. And you might want to share how you really evolve with the changes now. And alam mo, sa totoo lang, maraming mga companies na hindi talaga naka-adapt. And I've seen you grown, kahit bago pa lang tayo nagka-connect. And I'm really observing how you been so active every day, how you've been really involving into the community. You might want to share to our nurses outside from your histories, challenges ninyo. with the pandemic now, maybe they could learn from us. Maybe they could learn from you as well. What would you advise to them? Let's start with the iPass, with the pandemic. How did you evolve?
Rachelle.
So when the pandemic started, it started like 2020, and it started specifically in March of 2020. During the time, it's still very vivid to me that our Cebu office is still very new, and it was just constructed recently, and it was just 1 month that we started in Cebu. Because right now we already have three offices. We have Davao office, we have Manila office, and we have a Cebu office. So when the pandemic started, it was just 1 month during the time, and I was even rushing during the time to come home to Davao because, like, what if the flight will be canceled, or I cannot fly back to Davao, and the times are very uncertain. So
Correct.
during the time as well, nurses are very, like, they felt anxious as well in a bit, and they don't know what will happen to their application. Like, can I be able to sit for the examination? What will happen to my application? And there's a lot of chaos going on during the time.
For
So through the collective efforts of everyone in iPass, we were able to evolve, and we came out even stronger because of the collaborative efforts of everyone. Miss Jean continues to call the boards whenever there is a problem that's going on, and our team, Manila, Davao, and Cebu team, are doing a lot for our nurses, even though that there's a lot of challenges that we have encountered during the pandemic. But Mike, the applications of the nurses didn't stop even though with the pandemic, because there's still a shortage of nurses in the USA, and there's a lot of shortage of nurses in the USA, even with the pandemic, and it was even like it's even more needed now. The nurses are even more needed now because of the pandemic. So the applications of the nurses didn't stop, and on our end, we didn't stop also working on their application. So on those times that there's a lot of cancellations in Pearson View, we keep on reassuring our clients that everything will be fine. This will just be temporary, and we can be able to continue with things because you are very needed outside of the Philippines. So we have reassured the clients that whatever will happen, we are still here. We will never leave them behind, in spite and despite of all the challenges that they will encounter. So that's where how we evolved from, like, the pandemic. We came out of from the pandemic even stronger because of our assurance to our clients that we will never leave them behind, and also of our collective efforts as a team in IBAS.
Wow, ang galing. That's the leadership in you, and I want to congratulate you for doing that. You stand your ground, and you make our applicants and our nurses believe that everything's gonna be all right. That's what leaders does. You help them, give them clarity. Also on Miss Jean, how do you feel? And I know Rachel is in Davao, and you're in Texas, different time zones. How are you feeling that time? How are you reacting into those situations? And how are you advising Rachel as your younger sister?
So I work nights here in the hospital. So even if I'm working sometimes on my not so busy time working in the hospital, I will still answer I will still answer my our staff, because we have a lot of staff, and some are in training, so there are some confusions and clarifications. So during that time, I so there is so like I am working nights here, and it's daytime in the Philippines, so our work schedule also will jive, so it's not so difficult for me to adapt, or yeah, I was still able to manage my time. And during my off days too, like when I'm off from the hospital, because I only work three times in a week: Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday in the hospital. So during my off time, I am still able to cater the nurses and also our staff there in the Philippines. So even after I get out from
Mhm.
work, so I get out from work at 7 o'clock in the morning. I still have to go to the FedEx to mail those FBI cards. I still have to call CGFNS because CGFNS is open at 8:30 in the morning. So it is not a problem for me for communicating with my staff, and still I am able to answer those nurses who personally send me
Oh,
messages.
amazing. So it's ganun talaga if you're running a business, ano? You work beyond your schedules just to make things happen, you know? And I'm excited for your growth. I know this pandemic you have grown much stronger, you know, and maybe more efficient as well, especially with the technology we have now. And I'm looking forward for more success sa inyo, ano? So, you mentioned yung iPass, you know, alam mo, marami tayong mga nurses doon, they wanna reach out to you, and they needed your help now. So, would you like to walk us through quick, and if somebody, for example, me, I need to take my NCLEX, I wanna go abroad. What's the process, by the way? How can they contact you? And if they did, anong expected nila na process ninyo? How to walk them through with the process of their exams? I know, Miss Rachel, you have a slides you want to share. Thank you. And Miss Jean, if anything you want to add up as well, feel free also. Thank you.
Can you see my screen, Mike?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
I
Okay.
can.
For nurses for nurses who want to go to the USA, one of the important things that you really have to consider is to apply for the NCLEX, because primarily this is your licensure applicate. This is your licensure if you want to become a nurse in the USA. There's no other way that you can work in the USA as a nurse if
Correct.
ever that you haven't passed the NCLEX. So first thing is that you have to choose a board of nursing, and then once you have chosen a board of nursing, there are 50 states. There are 50 state. There are 50 states in the USA, and we can apply to any of these boards if ever that you are eligible. So first thing that we have to do is to assess your credentials as to where we can apply, as to which board we can apply for your NCLEX application. And once you have chosen a certain board of nursing, then we can proceed for your application. So the
Okay.
requirements that we usually require you are like the transcript of records, your license here in the Philippines, your marriage certificate if ever that you are married, your passport. So those basic requirements like high school diploma, college diploma, those are the things. And we just need those scanned documents, and you can email that to our email at requirements@ipassprocessing.com. So
Okay.
after that we have received your requirements, then we are going to advise you as to which board you can be eligible and which board that would be faster for us to apply for the application.
That's
And guys,
good.
so for your information, the processing time frame right now will be about 6 to 8 months. So it's not that you're going to decide now that you will sit for the NCLEX. You will already be approved by 2 months. So meaning to say, when you have the plan of sitting for the NCLEX, so we have to get started as soon as possible because the processing time frame will take time. So the longest time can be like 8 to 9 months before you will be approved for the NCLEX. And also, you have to know that the validity of your application will vary depending on which board of nursing we apply. So there are boards wherein we only have 1 year validity of the application, and there are also boards of nursing wherein it's valid forever
Hmm.
until you pass. So it will really vary from one board of nursing to other boards of nursing, as well as the procedure will vary depending on which board we apply. So as of right now, the three recommended states that we are recommending are Texas, Illinois, and New York, because these are the states we are in. It would just be easy for you to be approved, and the requirements will and the requirements are just also basic, and it doesn't need you to have your IELTS first before you will have your NCLEX, and also you don't need to have your CGFNS qualifying exam first before you will sit for the NCLEX. But there is a credential evaluation, definitely, if you're going to apply for through Texas and through Illinois.
That's good.
So,
Great.
yeah.
So very good for enlightening us with that process, because I've seen nurses, they're asking Nurse Mike, where do I apply? Okay, what state do I, easier to apply with? So are you the one advising them where to take that, or do they have a choice?
If they come to us and they have already a choice, then we are going to assess whether they can be approved for that certain board of nursing. But there are also nurses who come to us who do not have they do not have the preferred choice yet as to which board of nursing they're going to apply. So that's when we are going to advise to them as to what board of nursing they can apply for the entrance.
Ayun. Okay, got it. Thank you for clarifying that, Rachel.
Some of the nurses who has applied in an agency, it's like, let's say they applied in Green Door and they don't have NCLEX. Some of the nurses who apply in an agency and they haven't passed NCLEX yet, and then you also have a plan that, let's say, you're going to deploy them in Arizona. So Arizona Board of Nursing needs IELTS, the English test, and also Social Security. So if they are going to, if they come to us and they will ask, what is the best board of nursing that I have to pass the NCLEX? So with Arizona, if you're going to deploy them to Arizona, they're going to need Social Security and English test. So what we advise is that you can take NCLEX in this board like Texas or Illinois, because Texas and Illinois have credential evaluation. So during endorsement to Arizona, it will be easier for you. The span of time that you will prepare for the CES is that it's easier because we already send the documents to CGFNS. So that is the reason why we also need to know if they already applied in certain agency and they have plan, and the agency has a plan for them to put in what state.
Galing. So thank you. Yeah. So that's why it's really important if we have a collaboration. So that's why we want to thank iPass, Miss Rachel and Miss Jean, enlightening us how we can easily work together in our community. So thank you so much. Miss Rachel, you want to go ahead with your slide?
I didn't have any other information aside from the contact details we have.
Okay. So, do you have anything that you want to show? I think you have also, you want to share with them also how they can contact you.
Okay. So for that information, if ever that the nurse is interested on applying for the NCLEX, they can contact us via our Facebook page, that's iPass Processing, or through sending us an email at inquiry@ipassprocessing.com. And if ever that you already have your scanned document for your requirements, you can email those requirements@ipassprocessing.com. So right now, I have mentioned that we have 3 offices here in Davao, Cebu, and in Manila. In Davao, we are not accepting walk-in applicants. In Cebu, our staff are working from home. And in Manila, if ever that you want to go, you have to have an appointment before going to the office, because we cannot accommodate a lot of walk-in applicants in our Manila office right now because of the pandemic. So the best way that you can communicate with us is through our Facebook page. That's iPass processing. So our staff can be able to communicate with you with regard to your application.
Got it. Got it. Thank you. Thank you. Do you also do a Zoom events? Do you have? I see you have several events that classes like how you introduce the licensing as well, right? Miss Jean.
Yeah, we do have Rachel sometimes give an orientation to all the nurses, and also we do like every month we talk with our nurses who we have processed. It's like getting to know where they are right now, any problems that they have, any concerns that they have. So we follow up with them through Zoom meeting
Na,
or a live stream, also like Facebook Live. Yeah, we do that too.
oh, galing, galing. So, talagang adapted na lahat ngayon, no? Everything is with the help of technology is much easier, especially our Zoom. And now we're using this Riverside .fm. So, can you see that? All the way from Davao, Texas, and then California, coming together, especially to our nurses and to our kababayan, taking some time out in our family, coming together to give you contents to really help you much to be easier for you guys to process your applications, especially if you're traveling abroad, Na-mention naman natin yung traveling abroad, and I know it's not only in the United States that you send nurses, because I've seen you sending nurses globally, And what is the top 3 countries that you have NCLEX applicants, or NCLEX passer, how do I say that? Or maybe sending them to what nation na nagpa-practice sila? Anong yung top 3 natin?
Rachel?
For the MLS application, Mike, a lot of our clients are applying for the USA. So they are taking the MLS. It's not actually MLS USA because there's also MLS in Australia. It's just the same. It's just the same MLS, and also there's MLS in Canada, but it's just one MLS and it's the same. So the bulk of our applicants are applying for the USA. So they are applying through these different boards of nursing, and a lot of our applicants are applying through, as what Nijin mentioned, it's Texas, Illinois, and New York, because it's just easy for them to apply and be approved for their employees. So just also to clarify, we are not sending nurses outside because we are not a recruitment agency. iPass is a processing agency, and we do not hire any medical professionals, and we do not deploy them abroad. So we just assist them on their licensure exam application for the USA, Australia, as well as for the Middle East, if ever that they want to practice as medical professional on those countries that I've mentioned.
Galing, galing. So, thank you for enlightening that. So, now I've realized meron na rin palang, how do I say it? Yung NCLEX pala hindi lang sa United States,
Yes.
And halimbawa, kung gusto kong pumunta ng UK, anong requirements doon? For example?
So, if a nurse wants to go to the UK, so kailangan niya primarily ng IELTS.
IELTS, yeah.
Also, the nurse has to take the CBT exam. And once the nurse is already there in the UK, meron sila tinatawag na OSCE. So, the UK will not need that the nurse should be able to pass the NCLEX. So, yung nagkakailangan lang ng NCLEX will be the USA, Australia, and Canada.
Got it.
So, apart from those countries, iba na yung kailangan nila, the licensure examination.
Got it, got it. So, thank you. So, is it much easier without the NCLEX, just to take IELTS if you want to go to UK?
What can you say, Ms. Jean, with regard to your experience in taking the NCLEX?
we don't process nurses going to UK, by the way, Mike. So we only process NCLEX to USA, and then we assist also in NCLEX Canada and Australia, and also for Middle East exam for MOH. What else?
So
Yeah, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia, Oman. So those are the countries that we assist them in their application.
Applications. Galing,
so for
talagang global.
answer the question, if mahirap ba or is it like mas easier ba for a nurse to go there? I would say siguro easier compared with taking the NCLEX because as per experience, NCLEX is the most challenging nursing examination. Like it's kung i-scale natin from 1 to 10, it's like 9 because it's really difficult. But even though it's challenging, I can tell you, based from my experience and Miss Jean's experience, that it is very possible. So wala namang imposible if you're
Correct.
just going to work hard. You know, if you're going to persevere on this, you're going to prepare well for your NCLEX. It's not impossible because a lot of nurses were already able to pass their NCLEX.
Of course.
So
ano,
as long as they have that guts na kaya ko ang NCLEX, they're going to prepare well, they will be able to make it, Mike. It's
The-
not impossible.
Oh, see, there's more hope. Hope sa ating mga NCLEX takers. Oh, narinig niyo yun, ha? From the expert itself, Miss Rachel and Miss Jean. So, ano lang, porsige lang because nothing is impossible. And thank you so much for that advice. Ano? What about you?
Yeah, there are a lot. Yeah, there are nurses also who take the NCLEX like 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, and I always tell them, don't quit. Quitting should not be your option.
Yes.
So if you fail, you get up, you study hard, you pray hard, and then God will help you in passing the exam. But you have to persevere yourself. You have to concentrate to concentrate on reviewing for that NCLEX, and it is really possible to pass. So after for the like 8 times, they finally pass, and I was so happy, and oh my God, I am so proud of them for those who don't quit. Yeah, so never quit.
That's really true.
Never.
Yeah, because we also have a lot of nurses actually whom I can personally relate. Kasi si Miss Jean, she was able to pass the NCLEX on her first try. Siguro, on the, ilan bang items yung NCLEX mo during that time? 75? Yeah, she
So,
got it
yeah.
75. And in my first experience, I had it at 265, like the maximum number at maximum time. So I can truly relate to those nurses who were not able to pass their NCLEX on their first try. And it's really very challenging. The moment that you're going to see that you were not able to pass your NCLEX, like it's a very depressing and it's quite frustrating,
That's
Mike,
true.
because there's a lot of money that's involved here. And mahirap, like, it's Valentine's today. Mas mahirap pa, mas masakit pa, masaktan. Dito sa NCLEX, it's a break.
Totoo
Like,
yan.
jowa. Yeah, kidding aside, it's really hurtful. Kasi involved ang money.
Yeah.
But you know, guys, even you will not pass it on your first try. We have seen it in a lot of nurses na kahit hindi sila pumasa, but they just really have to keep going. Just as what Miss Jean mentioned, you just really have to keep going. And after some time, kakayanin talaga yan. So, wag lang talagang mawala ng pag-asa. There's always hope and there's always faith. And God will give it to you. As long as it's there in your mind, He has planted it in your mind, surely He will make His plans into completion, right?
Yes, amen. And also, they're not alone. We're here. Lefora is there. We're always motivating them. Green Door also we're here. Nurse Mike, Nurse Jean, Nurse Rachel is there, assisting you, trying to motivate you because there's hope. There's hope and opportunity. No? Imaginein mo, nag-close yung opportunity to be in United States. I heard, kasi I came here as an immigrant, and I've seen a lot of classmates before sa nursing that they lose hope kasi yung door nag-stop sa US and they rerouted elsewhere, ano? And right now, the opportunity is here. We're open, the opportunity is right here. And all they have to do is keep on just moving forward, And iPass is here. And Miss Rachel and Miss Jean, how many nurses you have passed in your program last year? Para mabigyan natin ng hope yung mga nag-aantay.
For the NCLEX per se, it's more than 1,000.
More than 1,000.
Yes, more than 1,000 of the NCLEX of the nurses who were able to make it on their NCLEX examination, and it's a lot. So on a monthly basis, we are getting passers like 100 or more than 100 on a monthly basis.
Congrats.
So marami talaga nag-a-apply. All the more now because marami nag-a-apply because the NCLEX test plan will change by next year. So a lot of nurses are hurrying that they should be able to be approved on this year para they can be able to sit for their examination this year because NCLEX next year will be quite challenging. But even though it's still about preparation, it's still
Correct.
about concept.
Correct.
So kaya pa rin yun.
That's true.
Even we'll be able to see for the NCLEX next year.
That's true. That's true.
And we're preparing as well our students for that. So wag mag-alala. There's always a possibility. There's always a way that you can be able to pass your NCLEX test.
Thank you for that encouraging word. Yeah, that's true. By the way, maybe sa anong oras na, how much time do we have? Maybe on the next episode, we want to discuss also what's the changes, no? What's the new format for the new NCLEX that's coming in. So watch out for that, guys. We would love to discuss with you on that, give you some pointers on that. With the essence of time, I know Miss Rachel and Miss Jean also are all busy. But also thank you so much for allowing us to interview you para ma-enlighten yung mga nurses natin, ano? So thank you again. Thank you, Miss Jean. Thank you, Miss Rachel, ano? It's amazing how iPass have helped a lot. And how did you found the name? How did you start with the name iPass? Ang galing nun ah. Who? Sino nakaisip nun?
So, actually, I think it was Rachel. So we were discussing what should our name of our business. So before, kasi when we have iPhone,
Yeah.
right? And there was an agency that's like something, and so we were thinking, so the nursing needs to pass their NCLEX. It's a very positive like word. So it would be iPass.
Yes.
So that's how we said iPass. So I should pass NCLEX. So that's how we made our business as iPass.
Oh.
In addition to that as well, Mike, it's because the primary motivation that we have in iPass is to really assist our nurses. Because in our family, we are 4 nurses.
Wow.
In the family who's working here in iPass as well. And the reason behind why we name it as iPass is because we want that everybody who's going to be catered or to be assisted by iPass will be able to pass their examination, regardless of where they're going. May be that they're going to the USA, Australia, or in the Middle East. We want that everyone who's going to be assisted by iPass will be able to pass their examination. Because, it's very fulfilling to see someone passing the examination. Like, there's no comparison and there's no measurement of the happiness that you can be able to feel when one will be able to pass their examination. Kasi
Exactly.
it's really a lot of investment. And makukuha mo pa ang return of investment mo after some time. So, matagal na panahon pa natin makukuha yung ROI natin. So, that's the reason why we made it iPass, because it's Like it's beyond measure to see someone pass. So we claim it in advance that
Same.
I will be
Same.
able to make, yeah, positive dapat, positive vibes lang
Galing.
dapat.
Oh, very good. Galing. So, ladies and gentlemen, our viewers, you should follow our iPass in our Facebook
Face to
group.
face.
They should how can they follow. Maybe we could post our link here. Follow the link iPass in our Facebook. Okay. So, Miss Jean and Miss Rachel, what are the top three inquiry na you ladies are getting to your website or maybe sa iPass natin? Ano yung mga inquiries na top three na nakukuha ninyo?
G.
I think the top three questions that they have is that what state should I choose,
Okay.
and if I choose that state, can I go somewhere else? Can I work in another state? And the other one, maybe, what do you think, Rachel?
What is the fastest board of nursing that they can apply that they will be approved in a matter of how many months?
The fastest. Ano?
Oh, yeah.
Galing. Galing. So, galing.
So to answer the question, in what state can I take the exam? So it doesn't matter what state you will have a license as long as you will pass the NCLEX. So either Texas Board of Nursing, Illinois Board of Nursing, or New York Board of Nursing. We choose these three states because these three states does not have a requirement for the SSN, and they don't need English test. So all these three, because there are also some states that requires Social Security, like California Board, uh, Maryland Board, so Arizona Board, and some of the states also will require English tests. Like Nevada Board, you need to have PTE or TOEFL. For Arizona Board, you need to have English test. For California, you need Social Security number. So these top three states that we are suggesting, the Illinois, Texas, and New York, does not need all those requirements. So it is easy for us to process here. So in the second question, like if I am licensed in this state, can I work somewhere else? Yes, we can. We will just do an endorsement. So if you have a license in Texas and you will be deployed to like Arizona later on, or to Maryland later on, or to California later on, then we will just do an endorsement. So for those nurses going to the states where we need a social security number, then you need to arrive here in the US, get the social, and then from there we can endorse you to California or we can endorse you to Arizona. For Arizona, we can start the process of endorsement, but your license will not be issued unless you will have a social security. And to the third question, like what is the fastest state that we can process here? For Texas and Illinois, we are needing a credential evaluation in CGFNS. So in that time, like 3 or 4 months, it depends on how fast you comply and how fast also the evaluation will be done in CGFNS, because CGFNS has been processing to a lot of nurses all over the
Correct.
world. So they have evaluators and they will evaluate your documents, your license, and your school credentials. And then if there is no delays in those things, then your license, your report will be issued within probably 3 or 4 months time. So if it is issued in 4 months time, then on the fifth month we can process your application fingerprinting to uh, Texas and Illinois Board of Nursing. So for New York Board of Nursing, right now, because there are a lot of nurses who have applied to New York Board of Nursing, then the processing time will be like 8 to 9 months, and sometimes there is even like a nurses who will get their approval in a year time. So New York Board of Nursing there is a department there, the comparative department, who will evaluate your credentials. So as soon as they receive your school documents, then the process will, so from nurse unit department, when your documents will be received, they will scan it and then they will forward it to comparative department. The comparative department has 50 other professions that they are reviewing. So that's why it will take time for that approval to be received in your email. But once you are approved, your application does not expire. So meaning if you want to take your exam, your NCLEX like 4 years from now, then you can. And also, if you will take your NCLEX after 5 years or 5 years, umabot na ng 5 years ang application nyo, we just have to update your Form 1. So we will send a Form 1 updated. We have to mail it to the New York Board of Nursing, and then you can take. So the application for that is the reason why there are a lot of nurses who are applying for New York Board of Nursing, because the application does not expire. And knock on the wood, you will fail. You will only pay the step 2, which is the payment for the Pearson view. Whereas in Texas and Illinois, if you fail, then we will have to do the application again and then pay Pearson view.
Wow. Wow. Oh, thank you so much. That's very clear. So that's why you need an expert to help you, because if you're gonna be, you can also do. They can also, yes, they can also do it themselves. But having an expert on your side, right? It's easier process, and it will really help you. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for clarifying that, Miss Jean. And I hope our viewers learn from that, and I hope they apply right away, and they could follow us in our iPass Facebook group. Ano? And thank you so much. What's the future? What's the future for Miss Rachel and Miss Jean, and together with iPass? And we're looking forward for that.
Our direction is to continue helping the nurses in a larger scale, because we feel that with our help, it would be like lesser concerns, lesser problems, and they would be able to easily apply for their application if with the help of our expertise. So we will continue in the best way that we can do in order for us to assist our nurses. So yun yung direction namin, to just continue and just to keep going kung ano yung ginagawa namin ngayon. And I'd also like to take this opportunity, Mike, to thank all our clients. We were able to assist almost 20,000 of medical professionals, and your trust and confidence on us is really very appreciated by everyone in iPass processing. So, sobrang thank you sa lahat ng trust niyo po sa amin. We will not be where we are if not because of your trust in us. So maraming salamat talaga.
And Miss Jean?
The future of iPass, I think we will still be doing this business for a long time. As long as the nurses are there, as long as you need our help, I will be there, iPass will be there, all of us will be there, and see you here in USA someday soon.
Thank you so much. Amazing. And our viewers, I hope you learned from this episode. And we're from the South, especially from Davao. Davao is close to my heart. I was born and raised in General Santos. And I'm so proud of what you have accomplished. Miss Jean and Miss Rachel, especially with iPass, and where you're heading now. We at Green Door here, we're at your side as a team, and as a kababayan, as a co-nurse, as an entrepreneur. We're at your side. We'll be supporting you. And here at Green Door Placement and Nurse Mike, our intention is to help others. Our intention is to help our nurses, We are so proud of all our kababayan, our fellow nurses, and I know we're making a big impact globally, especially with the pandemic. And we're just gonna, this is what we promise you guys. We're gonna continue to grow. We will learn as well from you. And I want to thank you on behalf of our Green Door family. This is Nurse Mike. And for our closing, what's your last words, Miss Jean, in our episode today, and Miss Rachel? And thank you again for coming up tonight.
USA will be open for how there will be a lot of nurses who USA will be needing millions of nurses for the long time. So if wherever you are, take the NCLEX, pass it, and your recruitment agency, the Green Door, and all the other direct hires or whatever staffing agencies will be there to help you achieve your American dream.
Thank you.
Guys, nabanggit na ni Ms. Jean, USA is really needing a lot of nurses. So from my side naman, with the opportunities that you have right now, I know that it's taking a lot of time as well. So my message to you is just to be patient as well. Patience is huge on this dream because NCLEX application per se will take a lot. And as well as that waiting time for you to be able to be deployed to wherever Green Door will deploy you will also take a lot of time. So kailangan po natin ng pasensya talaga. And on a daily basis, we have to be grateful, guys, dahil we have this blessing, we have this opportunity na open ang USA. So we have to be grateful na meron tayong finances that we can use so we can apply for the NCLEX and do the necessary things para sa employment po ninyo ni application. And guys, the last thing that I want to tell you is that God will always, God is giving us the message that whatever you ask for, you will be able to receive it as long as you will not doubt as well.
Yes.
With regard to your prayers. So ask and you shall receive without a doubt. Kasi kung meron tayong plano na pupunta ng USA, definitely makukuha nyo yun. Kasi yan ang plano ni Lord para sa inyong sarili, and of course, para sa inyong pamilya. Because you're not just doing this for yourself, you're also doing this for your family and for the larger community. And therefore, it will happen. So, it will happen in God's time. Push lang tayo, stay motivated, and you just keep going. And dito ang iPass for you, and as well as ang Green Door is nasa inyo din to serve you on your needs.
Thank you.
So maraming salamat for this opportunity.
Thank you.
As well.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Miss Rachel. Thank you so much, Miss Jean. So ayun na, on our episode with our iPass team right here, Nurse Mike and our Green Door family, we're working so hard so we can help more people. Continually supporting us, follow us in our Facebook group. You got iPass, and you have our Green Door Facebook coming to you all the way from California, Texas, and Davao. So maraming salamat. Salamat. Happy Valentine's. Thank you.
Yes, happy Valentine's, everyone. Bye.